y'all, it's Heel Heat time.
Hi everybody and welcome to Heel Heat. My name is George Coles and we're going to do an unboxing. This unboxing, it's going to be a little different than what we normally do. Normally, we add a little bit of an element of surprise. I don't necessarily know exactly what I'm getting in my box that I'm going to open, but today I do. And the reason why we're doing it a little bit different, there's a podcast I really enjoy called the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast with Curt Hawkins and Zack Ryder, aka the $1 Million Broski and Cheap Curt, or $1,000 Broski and Cheap Curt. And they have a saying that they say called "Let Them Breathe." Now, I collect 90% of my wrestling figures loose. There are a few I've kept in box. I have Owen Hart as the Blue Blazer in box, still from the Jack series, just because it was special to me at the time. I have a Kevin Nash as Diesel and Scott Hall as Razor Ramon, Jack's 2-pack that I kept in the box because it was a gift. And I kind of liked it. It was made actually when they were already the Outsiders. I have a Shield 3-pack, a Kmart exclusive that's still mint on card, not in box, actually boxed. And I know there's different terminology for collectors that I have that on card. I have a Classic Superstars Kevin Sullivan I kept in box. And Network Spotlight Triple H as Hunter Hearst Helmsley that I've kept in box. And most of it's for display purposes. I usually unbox mine because I display them unboxed. So with that being said, based off of their saying, "Let Them Breathe," we're going to let breathe an Elite Series 64 Cheap Curt Hawkins. Now, I've been wanting to get this for a while, and I finally found it at my local Walmart. I was going to buy it from Amazon eventually if I didn't, but I was waiting for my Walmart to get it. I know my Walmart usually does a big display around WrestleMania, so I knew they would be getting in more product at that time. A shout out to Mattel too. I like the fact if I wanted to keep this box, which I'm not going to, they decided to go on to a better packaging than what they originally had, and there's a little more than I thought there was going to be in here. Okay. Alright, so let's put the box over here to the side for now. Let's get to this. Good thing I brought out my knife. I wasn't going to, but now I see it was a good idea. This, I guess, is going to be the stand for that I guess can throw away too. Oh, a lot of stuff here. Very cool. I didn't expect all of this with the figure, but I'm happy. Anything extra is really cool, and this looks like a raw door, raw set piece, which could be used if you're setting up a backstage area kind of thing. Place to throw him through, I guess, or throw whoever through. Doesn't necessarily have to be Curt. Kind of a cool accessory. Doesn't like to snap in well, but there we go. Use it for your backstage interview segments. And now to the meat. Now, being this is a true effect Curt, we get 2 sets of hands. First off, let's talk about the figure itself. Really quality figure. I like the Face the Facts sticker on the back. The jacket's a nice plastic. He's got his cane, which is now Curt Hawkins' mainstay. Cane's really in there. I don't want to push too hard. I don't want to break anything. There we go. So we got that. Let's see what's under the jacket. His somewhat Marty McFly-esque jacket. Jeez. It's being difficult, Curt. It's harder to beat your jacket than it is to beat you in the ring. Nah, I love you, man. Anyway, I'm just going to leave it on because it's becoming too much of a pain in the butt. Don't want to go there. But the cool thing that I like with these new True Effects is they give you options. And you could, say, switch out Curt's hands, which we're going to do here. I think for display purposes, I'm going to keep them with the open hands for the hold the cane, which I think everybody knows Curt is holding that, but I'm just going to put these in. Maybe I'll throw this over to the side, just to see what it looks like. Oh man, that is tough. So yeah, definitely. Now we know Curt's gimmick is he's not winner in the ring, but this is definitely a winner of a figure. And like I said, I love the podcast. I actually am a fan of Curt Hawkins. I liked his run on the Indies as his real name Brian Myers, Prince of Queens stuff. I kind of wish he's one of the guys, and there are several of them on the roster that I wish they would do a little bit more on, and I really love that scan. I'm going to take a picture of the scan and the logos so you guys can get an idea of how awesome and cool that actually looks. But yeah, it's I really dig this. I think this is a really good figure for Curt. Probably the best one. I like the other one that came in the 2-pack with Brodus. It was a good figure. I never purchased it, and I regret it because I only seen it in my store once, and when I seen it, I didn't exactly have the extra money to buy it, so I didn't, and then it never came back. But I liked that figure. It was always one I looked for, and it was one I was eventually going to buy, and I like his Figures Inc. figure too, but never pulled the trigger on that either. With all that being said, I rather enjoy this figure. I think it's a really faithful Curt Hawkins. I enjoy what they did with it. Letting it breathe, guys, and just to prove it's not going back in this. Ripping it up Hulk Hogan style. But that's what I have to say about that. Thank you for watching this unboxing. My name is George Coles, and this has been Heel Heat.